Hot take with Jon and Daniel,
What's up, man?
and we're going with the NFC Divisional Round projections and the keys to win. I'm kicking it off with Daniel first.
All right, we're going with the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles. We all know what's going to happen. Matty Ice is going to go to the NFC
That's a
Championship.
bad man.
He's going to light it up. Julio Jones will. I have a bold prediction. Julio Jones will have at least 250 yards.
Wait, 250 yards
250 yards. Julio Jones is a beast. He's an
on the
animal.
Eagles defense?
Look, he can take a screen to the house, deep post. Look, and the Eagles are like, they giving up already. They might say that they're okay, but they know. They don't believe in Nick Foles, and that affects the whole team.
If
It's
you're
over.
listening to this right now, write this down. Daniel just said Julio Jones, how many yards?
252 touchdowns.
250 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Hey, come on now.
If this was college football, that would be his Heisman game. Not Heisman moment, Heisman game. Here's my take on the game. Bye week. Atlanta Falcons, this is your bye week. Come into Philadelphia, take care of business. Let me throw out 2 names for you. Nick Foles, Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Matty Ice. Mr. Comeback. Ice in his veins. Hall of Famer.
You killed me right there, man.
What? You don't agree with Hall of Famer?
Mr. Comeback.
Mr. Comeback.
Mr. Give up a comeback.
Whoa. Okay.
Come on now. Look,
Let me
it's
put it like
rough.
this.
It's rough. I mean, it's going to be on his career forever. Like, you can't just say Matty Ice in his vein. He looked pretty flustered in that last Super Bowl, right? You're a quarterback. You're up 28-3. I mean, at that time, it wasn't 28-3. They're down
It was
like
his
a
first
touchdown.
Super Bowl.
They were down a touchdown. Okay, come on now.
And-
Stop excuse. No more excuses.
If you
man.
put Matt Ryan in this situation again, where he's up 28-3, that won't happen. You'll see a completely different
He's
game.
going to wet the bed.
He's not going to wet the bed.
Come on, man.
But talking about this game, Matt Ryan versus Nick Foles, is this even a question right now? If it was Carson Wentz, I would consider it. We'll have a bigger discussion about this. But I feel like 2 minutes may be already too much time to spend on Matt Ryan versus Nick Foles.
Let's move on.
Well, first, let me just hit on Julio Jones. I don't think he's going to get 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. But I feel like Julio Jones will have a great game. I like this Eagles defense. But right now, what I need the Falcons to do, my key to win, run the football. I need you to start the game off running the football. Then what that sets up, not because I feel like the running game's that good, I feel like it sets up the play action. You're going to start having a safety walk-up, and the last thing you need is a walk-up safety versus Julio Jones. That is a grown man.
Yeah, I agree. Julio Jones can man-on-man, one-on-one coverage. It's not
Anybody.
going to work.
Anybody.
Anybody. I'm sorry. It won't work.
I don't care if you're Deion Sanders.
Okay. All right, let's move on to...
I don't care if you're Deion Sanders. Julio Jones is a bad man.
All right.
With Matty Ice throwing him the football. 3 minutes is too much time on this game.
Bold predictions from John McCray.
Bold predictions from John McCray. Now we're going to hit you up with the game that everybody's talking about. Vikings, New Orleans Saints. Daniel, who are you taking?
I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings just because they're an overall better balanced team. I mean, they can run the ball. They're like top 3 in rushing. And then their defense is, come on, smothered. Like, their linebackers are elite.
So you say you're taking the Saints?
I'm taking Minnesota.
You're taking Minnesota?
Minnesota all day. I know Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer, first ballot. I'm not even going to question that. But he had a great game throwing last year, right? But who's on the opposite side of that? Trey Waynes, Xavier Rhodes. All right? Look at that. You think about that. You say those 2 names. What receivers other than Julio Jones and maybe Antonio Brown would you trust to, get yards against them?
Okay, I just want to remind you, Drew Brees did almost throw for 300 yards against them the first time they met up.
That is true. However, they're almost in Minnesota time. You know what they're playing for. Come on now. They're going to the Super Bowl in Minnesota.
Now, this is the McCray rate right now. I'm going to give it to you guys live. You have Mark Zimmer. Okay? You have this this smothering Minnesota defense. Probably one of the best. This brings me back to the Purple Eater Minnesota defense.
I agree.
I love Kamara. I love Breeze. I love Payton coaching. But you have this Minnesota Vikings team who are playing. They're playing on a different level right now because they know that if they win this football game, they will have home field advantage because we're saying the Eagles are going to lose. They'll have home field advantage throughout the playoff.
Yeah. All the way to the Super Bowl.
All the way to the Super Bowl.
We're not bringing it up? The Vikings defensive line.
It is.
Come on now. Those are some monsters. Like you said, Purple Man Eaters.
The Purple Man Eaters.
Look, You got all the guys. They can all play QB spy. They're all going to get after
Yes.
Drew Brees.
Yes.
Drew Brees is a great quarterback. We're not okay. I'm not going to say it's not going to be a game.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Game.
It is. It's going to be the best game in the playoffs, probably.
But they would not be able to just rely on the running backs again.
It is the NFC Championship now.
And when you can't rely on the running backs, you have to pass the ball. I'm not saying you can't pass the ball, but then you have Trey Waynes, like we said before, and Xavier Rhodes.
Hey, don't underestimate Kamara and Ingram.
Eric Kendricks.
I love him.
Anthony Barr.
But Kamara is on a whole different level.
So you're saying Eric Kendricks can't keep up with Kamara?
I don't think so. I don't think he can keep up with Kamara.
That sounds like one of the best coverage linebackers.
I like him. I love him.
Could you name a better coverage linebacker?
I can't right now, but...
Could you name a better versatile running back?
Can you name me a better dual threat running back than Alvin Kamara right now? That's not true. That is not true.
I understand. He's great.
Alvin Kamara,
he's great.
I'll give him a MVP vote.
A MVP. Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley's not dual threat.
Yes, he is.
Are
you crazy?
Todd Gurley...
4 touchdowns, 2 through the air, 2 on the ground.
But you put him on Kamara level?
Yes.
Quickness off the backfield?
Todd Gurley's an MVP candidate.
And what we're forgetting, there's Mark Ingram back there. Do not forget about the big boy from Bama. Shout out Eric DeLugapowski.
Anthony Barr.
That is a good counter to that one. Hey, but this is the McCray bold prediction of how to win the football game. Everybody in this game is talking about Saints offense, Vikings defense. That's great. It's going to be a great matchup. More importantly, Vikings offense, Saints defense.
Okay.
Last time they played, Sam Bradford threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
3 touchdowns.
Who are you taking to win?
Hold on. Let me finish this real quick. Case Keenum is a better quarterback. He is. He's a better quarterback than Sam Bradford. He's not the best quarterback in this game. Drew Brees is. We can agree on that.
Yeah, we agree.
But he's better than Sam Bradford. And if Sam Bradford can light up this Saints defense, Case Keenum can do it.
Okay.
And if Case Keenum lights up this Saints defense, that Vikings defense will be able to contain. They won't be able to necessarily beat Drew Brees, but they'll be able to contain Drew Brees enough where Case Keenum torching that Saints defense will give them the win. And they will go on to the NFC Championship game where they'll play the Atlanta Falcons, where they will smother Julio Jones. Well, they will smother Matt Ryan. And we will see the Vikings have the first home field game in the Super Bowl.
So are you saying Case Keenum is the key to the game?
I am saying Case Keenum is 100% the key to the game.
I agree. I don't agree. I think it's the Vikings defense like we've seen all year. And the running game.
But we know.
They're like number 1 in rushing.
We know what the Vikings defense is going to give us. They've given us that consistently all year. We don't know about Case Keenum.
Humans are creatures of habit.
Okay.
At the end of the day, when people need to win, these people are playing for their livelihood.
Okay.
They revert back to their natural state.
Natural state.
Mark Zimmer is going to think, I don't need to try to score that much.
He's going to score. You know Mark Zimmer is going to put points on the board.
He agrees with that. But if things get tight, because they have Drew Brees, he's going to say, I'd rather bet on my defense in Case Keenum.
All right, wrapping up on time. Let's hear your pick.
Minnesota for the 1 bracket, and Atlanta beating the Philadelphia Eagles, meet up in the NFC Championship.
All right, this is Jon and Daniel Hot Take. We're going to hit you guys up soon with the NFC Divisional Round projections. And next week, some NBA, some conference championship matchup. We're going to give our takes about Bama in a ball game. Coming to you guys next week.
See you next time.